is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Run! King Manga Beats.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction live stream number 4. That in the neighborhood. My brothers and sisters, welcome into another reaction live stream, Bean Team. Let me put myself back on the big screen before we even get into the video, man. I hope y'all doing excelente out there today, and I'm glad that you came on back to the channel once again to Elf with the Bean. And I want to say shout out to Julie, man. She left a comment. Hey, shout out to Julie, man. Love you as always. You always here showing support. And we just gonna get into another one of these videos, y'all. Another one of these true crime, horror, dark, deep, and mysterious. What the is going on type of videos. And as y'all know, the link is in the description, y'all. If any of y'all want to come up, join the live stream, you more than welcome to react to this video that we get into today. My boy, Mr. Mike. What's up? What's up, Mr. Mike? Mr. Mike be here for the live streams too, y'all. But like I said, man, y'all know the reason I do these live streams is to give y'all the opportunity to engage with the Bean. You know what I'm saying, man? And also, if you're here right now, or if you see this video later, just please hit that like button, man. Hit the freaking like button. And I want to say something about that real quick, y'all. On some real ish. You know what I'm saying, Bean Team? Y'all be showing me a lot of love with that freaking like button, y'all. Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I released a reaction to the Coffee Man, Coffee House Crime, right? And after 3 hours, it had like 44 views, right? But it had 10 likes. That is a great freaking ratio from views to likes, y'all. Like a video out on YouTube, because I be looking at all this stuff. People who have like 30 views, they'll be lucky if they get like 1 or 2 likes. But for 10 of y'all out there, they hit the like button on 44 views. That is freaking excellent, man. That let me know that a lot of y'all out there on the Bean Team really trying to help us grow and trying to get our team even bigger and better. So like I said, man, if you see this video later, if you're watching it right now with me, just please hit that like button. But I digress. We're gonna go get into today's video, y'all. And it is coming to a man that has some of the most craziest of these type of videos, man. And it is that boy, Kyle from Dire Trip. Back to Dire Trip, y'all. And the title of the video is She Poisoned Her Son's Bully as Revenge. 10 strange and bizarre cases. And this is what I'm talking about, man. These 10 strange and bizarre cases that Kyle be doing just have you like, what the freak is going on? Like, go look back in my catalog, y'all, of me reacting to some of his videos from this type of series that he put out. It be some of the most craziest cases where you'll think that it will make like national news, but it really don't. You know what I'm saying? It stays locally, but it be crazy as hell. And I'm pretty sure we're about to get into some more crazy ones right now. But before we get into them, Bean Team, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need, please. We are back to Kyle from Dire Trip. Y'all got what y'all need? Y'all ready to go? Then let's and go.
Hey there everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for another Strange and Bizarre Cases compilation. This is where I gather up all the shorter cases that I found while doing my research that aren't really long enough to be their own video, but definitely deserve some spotlight. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Get whatever you may need.
Right here we have, daughter said she cut out her mom's heart because she wanted to inspect it. This story all started when a woman named Erlene Tucker, a health worker, moved in with her mother, Lucille, and another health worker in Tallahassee due to her health declining in recent times. Erlene had a history with pretty severe mental health issues dating back over the last 30 years. 15 years ago, she had been completely hospitalized due to their severity. However, nobody knew how severe these problems would really become. That was until Erlene killed her mother, cut out her heart, and inspected it before throwing it to the floor of their home. During the act, it seems that a delivery driver arrived at the home to deliver a package. That was when Arlene, completely naked and covered in blood, wandered outside and attempted to get into the driver's truck. Police were called by two parties, one likely being the driver and another being Erlene's own kid, saying that she was standing outside naked and refusing to come inside and put some clothes on. The police arrived shortly after, finding Erlene still naked outside the house. She began to lecture the cops on the philosophy behind free will while they tried to get her back inside the home. This was when she told them, plainly in a cold tone, "I have committed a grievous crime."
Yeah.
After some coaxing, she agreed to come inside and at least put on a robe. When the cops went inside with her, she walked over and stood over what appeared to be some sort of bloodied body part on the ground, her mother's heart. When the police asked what it was, she started to grunt and breathe heavily. Another officer, looking for some clothes, stumbled upon Lucille's body in the other room. Erlene sat down on the couch and began to laugh hysterically while mumbling to herself. She told police, "It cannot end. It will not end. The saga will continue, people, until I am in a jail cell. I have to be in prison for my actions." Like she said, Erlene...
You goddamn right, you gotta be in prison for your actions, man. This lady here is crazy as hell. Like, I feel like she had just lost all touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? She just in a whole nother fantasy world, BT. Like, for her to do this, and then not only do this, to walk outside butt booty naked in front of the police, in front of the whole entire world, like, her mind is not in like real reality that we live in, man. She's somewhere freaking else, y'all. And even just the part of cutting out your mother's heart. It's one thing to murder somebody. It's a whole nother thing to dig inside and pull their heart out their chest. What the freak? We starting off crazy as freaking always, man. And shout out to freaking Mr. Mike. Can you read the trace evidence? I'm gonna have to look that up, bro. I gotta look that up, man. I don't know what trace evidence is, man. But I promise you, Mr. Mike, I'm gonna look up trace evidence, bro. I don't even know if that's a channel or that's a video or not, but I got to, man. I'm gonna put it in my brain, man. Real talk. I'm gonna look it up and check it out, and I'll get back to you probably next week. My boy Lazy Prepper, man. Bean Team, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Hey, bro, we starting out crazy this week, y'all. I mean, Lazy Prepper, we starting out crazy this week. Long story short, story long. If you ain't be here to hear all of it, this goddamn lady, she crazy as hell. She cut her mama heart out her chest, then went outside, butt booty naked. The police trying to get her back inside the house. She go back inside the house and stand over the heart on the floor and say, "I deserve to go to prison." No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, I'm glad that you understand that. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Starting off hot.
Erlene was swiftly arrested and taken into custody, charged with first-degree premeditated murder and the killing of her mother. However, her severe mental health problems became apparent immediately upon being taken in, if they weren't blatantly obvious before. In her first interview, she told the investigator that she could not speak to a white man but would tell anything to a black person. So the investigator left to go get a black colleague to continue the interview. This colleague didn't have much luck making sense of the situation either, as Erlene told him that she, quote, had discovered through investigation that she was a white woman and she could not give up power and control to a black man. At least this investigator got a confession, with Erlene saying, clearly, "I killed my mother," before adding that her mother was a sacrificial lamb and that she was going to die along with her. A second time she confessed, saying, "I murdered my mom in that house. She was mean to me, but I didn't care. I loved her black color, but she didn't love mine." She then admitted to cutting her own mother's heart out to inspect it and continued to talk to herself for hours and hours afterwards. She's currently being held without bond at the Leon County Detention Facility, and she has pleaded not guilty. Given that she's pretty clearly insane, we'll just have to see where this case goes from here on out.
It's like, how the freak could you plead not guilty? You already have admitted that you did it. So what are you not guilty of? But like Kyle just said, man, she freaking mentally insane. So I'm not gonna try to make sense of the senseless. You know what I'm saying, man? Her freaking mind just already gone, man. And Mr. Mike said, missing persons cases. Okay, yeah, I got you now. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube, bro. Real talk. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. I may just surprise y'all with that out of the blue one day. Me reacting to trace evidence. But yeah, y'all, that first one was crazy, man. I just hope that she stay locked up. I hope she don't be one of those cases that we see where somebody who is mentally insane and crazy-ish. We have seen it 100 times being seen. So that give them the opportunity to plead insanity. And then long story short story long, they be let back out of prison. They be out back on the freaking streets, living their best life. You know what I'm saying? Just because they crazy. You see, I'm putting it in quotation marks. No, man, she need to go to prison for the rest of her life for that. But I digress. Let's go.
Here we have man poisoned grandma with drain cleaner and beekeeping chemicals to keep her from selling the family farm. This bizarre case started when the police and ambulance teams responded to a call regarding an unconscious woman back in July of 2021, a woman named Diana Way. She was found unresponsive in her bedroom in the 3400 block of Hunter Hollow Road in Dodgeville, Wisconsin, an area out in the country about 50 miles west of Madison. The call was placed by a man who had an appointment with her to buy a collection of books she was selling online. Diana was pronounced dead shortly after. An autopsy showed that she had died from carbon monoxide poisoning, but she had also previously suffered an injury to her left eye and cheek. Investigators found that the carbon monoxide levels in the house, especially in Diana's room, were exceptionally high. They did have trouble pinning down the source of the gas, though. Diana did, however, have a trail cam in her driveway. Police took a look at the recorded trail cam footage, showing that a very unique-looking truck with the words "panty dropper" written across the windshield had pulled up to the house at around 3 a.m. and left a few hours later. It was found that the supposed panty dropper was none other than Diana's own son, Eric Way. Eric told the police during an interview that he was very upset that Diana was going to be selling her house and farm to her friend. He felt that this friend was only trying to swindle her. But given that Eric ended up killing Diana and not her friend, it became immediately clear that he was likely more concerned with losing his inheritance more than anything. What complicated things was that he was actually not going to receive any inheritance from his mother in the first place. His son was. The police were able to find texts between Diana's son Eric and her grandson Philip, showing that Eric and Philip were discussing how Eric had tried to become the legal guardian of his mother by declaring her mentally incompetent before she could sell the farm for what he called a handful of beans. Eric, not being the brightest bean in the handful, texted his son immediately after the cops searched his text for the first time, telling him to stay away. It seemed he was vaguely telling him that the cops were on their trail. Soon after, the cops searched his car, finding that he had bought a carbon monoxide detector. And as you might expect, on his phone they found a load of incriminating Google searches related to carbon monoxide poisoning in his history. Eric had apparently been searching for beekeeping supplies and drain cleaner products that contained the most sulfuric acid possible, and he tried to find out whether carbon monoxide poisoning can make one hallucinate.
And that's one of the funniest things, y'all, that I just gotta point out, man. It's so freaking crazy how these murderers be literally searching for the type of murderer. I mean, the type of murderous things, you know what I'm saying, in their phone. They be on Google in their phone asking about all these different chemicals and stuff, not thinking that the police is gonna get your phone and realize that you were searching for the exact way that you killed your damn mama. Why was you searching for it if you ain't do it? You know what I'm saying, man? Like, I try to put my mind inside the mind of a criminal, but it just always just don't freaking make sense on a lot of different levels. And the number one level is just, man, you shouldn't be killing nobody anyway. And then it's your damn mama, bro. But you think you won't get away with this and you literally searching on Google about how to get away with it? It's just be crazy.
Investigators confirmed that he went through with it all, buying the drain cleaner and beekeeping supplies shortly before Diana's death. Eric Way was convicted on charges of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. That brings us to now. So after a few years of investigation, just recently Philip was also arrested on charges of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison just like his father. That finally brought this case to a close. He will be eligible for parole in 20 years.
That's what's up, man. Both of them got life in prison. Hey, that's one of the best outcomes we can hear over here, being team, because y'all know a lot of times it don't be that good, man. So I'll take that right there. I will most definitely take that right there. Mr. Mike said he's stupid. Damn right, he's stupid. Like, these people just be stupid, bro. Like, bro, you trying to get away with murder, but you're leaving evidence on your phone, man. On your phone, bro. Like, I don't care if you delete it or not. It's in the clouds. The police can find it. Lazy Pepper was talking about the one before this freaking one that we just watched. We just started off with some crazy ones, y'all. She said that shit like she had a choice. People are scary. People are like freaking scary. And this the reason they scary, y'all. They're not scary because you intimidated by them. They scary because you know how freaking crazy they is, and they'll do any freaking thing, man. Like, I'm not trying to lose my freaking life over your crazy ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just stay away, bro. That's the thing, is that, man, you so freaking crazy. That's what make you scary. But I digress, y'all. So far, so good on this video, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, y'all, all you got to do is click the link, join the stream, man. You can come up and watch it with me. And we're about to go to the next story. Let's go.
And now, man allegedly beat mom to death after argument over his plan to cut tattoo off leg.
What?
Well, here we've got a sentence that has probably never been uttered in the history of the world until this headline came about. A 30-year-old man in New Jersey named James Doran was living with his mother in her home when the two got into an argument. James, much to his dismay, had gotten a tattoo on his lower leg that he wasn't all too happy with. He expressed to his mother his intent to simply cut the entire tattoo off of his leg. His mother told him that this idea was, without a doubt, stupid as hell. Going by the language in the articles, though, it seems that he actually did go through with cutting the tattoo off, although it isn't stated 100% clearly. Due to the butcher shop tattoo removal, James' mom was already angry. Things were made even worse when he began to carry a baseball bat around the house like some sort of hoodlum, angering his mother even more. The argument got very heated, and it seems that James hit her over the head with that very bat, resulting in her death.
Wow.
Police were called out to the home when neighbors heard a lot of banging sounds along with a garage door opening at 4 a.m. When looking outside, the witnesses saw James' mother's car was missing. Police came to find the mother dead with some blunt force trauma damage to her head, and soon noticed that James was nowhere in sight. James Doran was later caught and arrested in Pennsylvania. This wasn't due to the murder, but due to him driving well over the speed limit and attempting to evade the police when they tried to pull him over. He was charged with murder shortly after. He was still covered in blood and still had the baseball bat in the trunk of his car when the police caught him. Needless to say, it was a pretty open and shut case, as strange as it was.
Yeah, that was just a real quick, strange one. Like, dude, over a freaking tattoo? Oh my God. Like, how do people even have the thought to kill their mama? That's the second story in a row where we got people killing their mama. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, it's so crazy to me. To even if my mama hypothetically was trying to kill me, I still don't know if I could even kill her. You know what I'm saying? In self-defense. Like, it's just, whoa, dude. Just thank God that I'm living the life that I'm living, man. And I got a family where I ain't got to worry about no crazy ish like that, man. My boy Scarface to the side of the showed up. Bean Team, what up, homie? What up, bro? Hey, bro, Scarface, we've been watching some crazy ish. And like Mr. Mike say, again, freaking stupid, man. Like, these people are stupid. And it's so, another thing is, like, even that guy you watching right there, man, that is an older dude. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he freaking 20. He ain't 30. You know what I'm saying? You've been living all this time, then you decide to do some ish like this. We got to do better, y'all. We just got to do freaking better. Let's go to the next one.
And here we have, couple used Amazon delivery disguise to attack mother in her home and kidnap infant in extraordinarily unusual case. Here we have a very strange case where two people, a 42-year-old man named Chun-Ho Vincent Lai and his 33-year-old wife, Marley Jarina Ardila Arrego, decided to perform an elaborate scheme in order to kidnap the baby of Marley's cousin for some reason. Vincent and Marley drove out to the victim's apartment about 20 miles south of Seattle. They dressed up as Amazon delivery drivers, even carrying brown cardboard boxes and holding up a clipboard to seem extra legit. They pulled up to the parking lot near Marley's cousin's door and waited around for about 10 minutes. It is believed they were waiting for the victim's husband to leave the home. Vincent and Marley then walked up to the front door in their Amazon get-ups and knocked. Marley, making extra sure that the victim would actually open the door, had texted her cousin beforehand and told her to expect a package. So she opened the door without much hesitation. This was when Vincent attacked her, hitting her in the face several times and pushing her down to the ground. The two then entered the apartment and grabbed the victim, binding her arms and legs with zip ties. They then placed a piece of tape over the mouth of her 2-year-old daughter. Both Vincent and Marley wore masks and refrained from speaking in order to prevent their identities from being known to the victim, who would obviously recognize her own cousin and her husband. It seems that they actually succeeded in this regard. They placed the baby into the Amazon box and gestured towards her as if they were threatening to stab her if the mother resisted. They then put the box into a red bag and started heading back to the car, getting in and driving away. After not too long, the mom was able to break free from her zip ties and ran out of the house in hopes of catching the two, but they were long gone. She called 911 and frantically gave them a rundown of everything that had just happened. The victim's father, who was also Marley's uncle, told the police that Marley was likely the kidnapper for a number of reasons. She wasn't exactly subtle in her plans to him in the weeks prior. She had asked him repeatedly for the mother's address, which was immediately suspicious as she didn't have much contact with her cousin or her family in general. He also had reason to believe that Marley couldn't have children of her own, but also had delusions of making a bunch of money as a surrogate mother. With those tips, the police were quickly able to identify Marley and Vincent's car as being the one in the surveillance footage. So the FBI were able to get a warrant to look into the GPS on their phones. They reported the location of the vehicle to the Washington State Patrol, and troopers were able to stop the car as it drove east on the highway. They came across the kidnapped baby in the car, giving them plenty of reason to arrest Vincent and Marley on the spot. Luckily, the baby was unharmed. The odd couple were taken in and charged with a whole slew of crimes, full-on felonies like kidnapping, burglary, and assault. The two are each being held on a $750,000 bond, and they're scheduled to appear in court sometime very soon.
And I hope they get a lot of time in prison too, y'all. I hope they get some freaking years, because I'm sitting back just wondering, man. I'm like, why would you freaking kidnap a baby? Because, you know, as Kyle said, she was not able to have a baby of her own. You know what I'm saying? So why you just, long story short, story long, when go adopt a child? You know how many freaking children out here that are looking to be adopted? You know what I'm saying, man? Why when you just go that road? It's just like, dude, what the freak? And then you're doing it from your own family members? Like, it's so freaking crazy, man. People just be doing weird ish out here. It remind me of a story, man, and I don't even remember who channel that we watched this story from, y'all. But long story short, story long, I think it was Mike from that chapter. But long story short, story long, there was a child who was kidnapped from birth, and then long story short, story long, later on, like years and years later, the mama came to some type of party and seen the little girl, because she had grown up from a baby to a little girl, and was like, that's my damn daughter. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just crazy that family would literally kidnap family members from family members. I digress. Let's go.
And this one's a doozy. Israeli diplomat's crying son, 19, intentionally ran over Florida cop with motorcycle. One afternoon in January, a police lieutenant was performing a pretty normal traffic stop on Collins Avenue in Miami, one of the busiest roads in the Miami Barrier Island, when he noticed a young man on a motorcycle weaving back and forth between traffic. He yelled at the young man to stop. However, not only did he not stop, he continued accelerating forward and intentionally hit the police officer. The cop ended up with a pretty severe injury to his left leg, one called incapacitating by his work, but he was still able to reach up and grab the suspect, pulling him off his bike and throwing him down into the street. The young man was 19-year-old Avraham Gil, the son of Eli Gil, the consul for administration at the Israeli consulate in Miami. Avraham told the police that he did what he did because he simply hates waiting in traffic. Due to his impatience, he was charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence, which are both felonies. The thing is, due to Avraham's father's diplomatic immunity, he seems to have felt that this meant he had diplomatic immunity as well, being his son. This was something that his lawyer felt would be the case as well, telling the courts that his charges should be dropped as the local law didn't apply to him. And it seemed like they might be right at the time. According to the U.S. State Department's policy on diplomatic and consular immunity, family members forming part of the household of diplomatic agents enjoy precisely the same privileges and immunities as do the sponsoring diplomatic agents. This meant that Abraham really might be immune to any criminal jurisdiction in the United States, no matter what he did, unless his immunity would be waived by the state of Israel. But there
Man, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, man. I don't care, man. Like, dude, first of all, even his daddy shouldn't be immune to doing none of this crazy ish. But not only the daddy, his whole family is. Like, what the freak? And that's why he did it. That's exactly why he did it, y'all, because he knew he would be immune to it. He was one of them crazy who thought he could operate under the law, so to speak. He know he can get away with it because the same laws don't apply to him. This is crazy.
There's one area in which they made a mistake. Diplomatic immunity isn't usually given to consular officials or anyone who isn't the head diplomatic agent of a foreign country. Eli Gill was not that high up on the food chain. Abraham had been getting more and more bold with Miami police for quite some time, feeling that he was above the law. He had once fled the police before after a traffic violation and had gotten away, something caught on camera at the time. It was easy to spot him as the license plate on his motorcycle was, no joke, "Please chase," taunting the police at all times. Abraham's mugshot quickly went viral after he was photographed bawling his eyes out, finally coming to realize that he might be facing criminal punishment after all.
Yeah, nah, it ain't no fun of games. Look at him now, crying like a little ass baby.
The officer who got ran over and ultimately captured Abraham was all set to be out of work for a while due to the injuries to his leg. Abraham was all set to have a hearing in February in order to find out if he really did or didn't have that diplomatic immunity he needed to get out of this. There was still a possibility that his lawyers could make it happen. He might be getting out of it. But is that where Abraham's story really ends? Well, no, because in the beginning of March we were graced with this headline. Israeli diplomat's son, accused of hitting cop with motorcycle, assaulted in Florida jail over sausage argument.
What?
So long story short, as much as Abraham's lawyers argued, he wasn't getting diplomatic immunity. Abraham was charged with 2 different felonies, one of these being aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and violent resistance against an officer in order to evade arrest. At the end of January, he was sentenced to a bunch of house arrest before ultimately having to come back to jail once more. He was all set to get a new mugshot, something to replace his previous legendary mugshot. While in jail, Abraham was sitting with another inmate, 32-year-old Elvis Ermis, when the two got into a very heated debate over sausage, of all things. While we don't really know the full details of the argument, we do know how it ended, with Elvis beating Abraham to a pulp. Elvis was originally in jail on a domestic violence offense in the first place, and now he's also accused of assault on a captive. All Abraham was able to tell the officials was that he and Elvis were having a heated conversation about the ingredients of sausage when Elvis approached him and punched him multiple times. Abraham eventually got his new mugshot, in which he looks substantially more subdued than the last time he came into jail. An investigation is currently ongoing that hopes to find out what exactly happened during the sausage argument. It seems that Abraham is still either in police custody or back on house arrest, while Elvis is now facing some new, additional criminal charges. It appears that Eli Gill still holds his consulate job, but he is likely fairly humiliated by the actions of his son.
Yeah, your son is just a total disgrace. Like, seriously, I can understand why you are humiliated by him. But it's just so funny to me, y'all, how he thought he was going to have special privileges out here. You know what I'm saying, man? Give me a freaking break, bro. First of all, Scarface said, don't be crying now. Yeah, man, when he got in jail, he started crying like a baby. And then he said, over a sausage? What the freak, bro? Come on, man. What the freak, bro? But we have heard stories out here of people dying over chicken. You know what I'm saying? Literally getting shot, an argument over a freaking chicken wing, man. Who else we got, man? My prepper says, "Sire, shake my fucking head. Every case makes me lose a little more faith in humanity." Like, every case that we be hearing about this crazy ish, y'all, it just make me be like, damn, man, it's really people out here that actually be doing this. Like, this is a part of our reality. It's real out here, y'all. It actually happens. Mr. Mike, they double stupid. What's wrong with these people? I don't freaking know, man. And it's like, I'm not one of them ones that just want to just say, oh, they mentally insane. They mentally insane. They mentally insane. No, man, some of these people ain't mentally insane. They know what the freak they doing, man. They just want to do it anyway. We just can't say everybody need medication. Everybody need to go to the crazy house. Some of these people are not mentally insane, man. They know what the freak they doing, and they just doing it anyway. But man, like I said, y'all, I'm gonna say it again because I gotta keep bringing it up, man. You want to join the stream? Hit that link right there. You can join the stream. We almost through with this one right now, but even if you want to join it now, man, make sure you join it. Make sure you hit that like button, Bean Team, if you ain't hit that yet, man, so we can keep on getting out here in the YouTube algorithm. And let's go.
And now we've got cruise employee hid under guest beds to record them naked after showers.
Hold on, what? Cruise employee hid under guest beds to record them naked after showers. What the man? I see what I'm saying, BT. Kyle has some of the most craziest. What the? Let's just get the details.
Here we have the strange case of a 34-year-old cruise ship employee named Arvin J. Marisol, a citizen of the Republic of the Philippines. He was the stateroom attendant on a ship called the Symphony of the Seas, which left from Port Everglades in Florida. Arvin, allegedly at this point, would use his position to get himself into different rooms on his cruise ship in order to spy on certain passengers. He took a keen interest in girls who were not quite of age, hiding cameras in their bathrooms and photographing them in various states of undress. Arvin didn't stop there, though. He didn't keep his distance. In fact, he got very direct with his spying, even going as far as hiding under his victims' beds to film them changing himself. Arvin's plans were foiled when a young girl reached under the sink in her bathroom to get a new roll of toilet paper and touch something strange, coming across a hidden camera screwed into the underside of the counter below the sink. She was in horror, realizing that she had used this bathroom to change, shower, and do her business multiple times by this point in the trip. Not only that, she was staying with her mother and older sister in the same room. The family notified security on the ship, and they quickly came out to inspect the room. While the victims were being interviewed, Arvin actually showed up to the room himself. He was detained and placed in a confinement room on the ship, basically held in a makeshift jail until the ship returned to its port a few days later and he could be arrested. The police got a hold of all of his devices: a cell phone, a micro SD card, a camera, an Apple Watch, and a flash drive. On the flash drive, they found a mountain of lewd videos and images of women undressing in their bathrooms, both adults and children. As criminals tend to do, he made a lot of incriminating Google searches and failed to clear his browser history as well, making searches such as hidden cameras and teen on bed. In an interview, Arvin admitted to using his position as a stateroom attendant, which is responsible for cleaning and restocking rooms, to place cameras in the rooms of certain guests he fancied. He would then go...
Like, this dude just sick, man. He's sick on so many levels. He's sick, number one, just for recording anybody, setting up cameras in anybody's rooms, male or female. You know what I'm saying? But then he involving freaking children in this, watching them get undressed and in the shop. Like, y'all, let me be quiet, man. You two be listening. But y'all heard it, man. Like, seriously, man. He's sick for this freaking ish. And it make you want to be aware of when I get a freaking hotel, the next time I get a hotel room, I'm gonna have to walk through the whole hotel room and make sure, you know what I'm saying, that there's no hidden cameras. Look through the curtains and everything, man. People just do some of the most what the is going on type of ish out here. Let's go.
Then go back and grab the cameras after he felt he had gotten sufficient video to get himself off on. He said that he had been doing so ever since being hired in December of 2023. He made statements such as, "I want to control it, but I can't," and "If I like who's in that room, I place it, usually females approximately 16 and over in age." He also admitted that, yes, when his victims were showering, he would sometimes enter their room and hide under the bed, recording them as they changed with his cell phone. He was taken into the Broward County Jail, where he would be held without bond. The Royal Caribbean Company made a statement, saying that they have zero tolerance for this kind of behavior and fired Arvin, noting that they would continue to cooperate with the police. Arvin has been charged with 6 counts of video voyeurism, 1 count of producing child content, and another of possessing child content, according to court records.
Man, Kyle, you need to give us the sentence. I guess he ain't went to trial yet, man. But no, he need to get some years too, like years, y'all. I give him at least 25 years. At least fucking 25 years. Like Scarface said, sick as hell. That dude's sick as hell, man. Like I said, it's one thing to be recording adults, but then we start talking about children, like he said 16 and over, like that make it better. Bro, teenagers, period, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing it to anybody, but y'all get what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, what the freak, man? Mr. Mike, sick, like just sick in the freaking head. And I feel like they should get more years, man. They need some serious years. If it was up to me, long story short, story long, I'd lock his ass up for life and just get rid of that pedophilia, craving mother, you know what. Let's go, y'all.
And this one is, Texas mother arrested and accused of mixing drink that sent son's bully to hospital. Now here we've got a case where I feel like a lot of you out there may actually empathize with the criminal. That's because this mother was arrested for giving her son's bully a bit of revenge in a, well, strange and bizarre fashion. A son went to his mother one day, 45-year-old Jennifer Lynn Rossi, and told her that his bully had recently taken his prime drink that morning. The alleged bully had a different story, saying that he was merely only accused of stealing the drink and was even threatened with a punch. Either way, Jennifer decided that it was a prime time for revenge. She took another bottle of prime, mixing some lemon, salt, and vinegar into the drink to use as a decoy bottle in case anyone were to attempt to steal her son's drink once again. And, well, it seems that was the case immediately, as the next day, the alleged bully would be swigging down the nasty concoction in PE class. Strangely, he didn't feel that the taste was off and seems to have ingested a good portion of the drink, enough to end up with some pretty severe nausea. The police were called out to the school to deal with the sick kid. While the drink wasn't exactly toxic, just really gross if anything, nobody knew what the kid had actually been poisoned with, and as a precaution, he was sent to the hospital. He was discharged shortly after when they didn't find anything wrong with him. The school contacted the most likely suspect, Jennifer, and she admitted to having mixed the drink, saying that it was in retaliation for her son being bullied, stolen from, and taunted. Jennifer.
Wow, I'm surprised that she just came out and said, yeah, I did it. I'm the one who mixed the drink up. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that she was that honest about it, y'all. But it don't make it no better, man. Like, you as a parent, you went about this completely the wrong way, like completely the wrong way, man. You need to be trying to contact the bully parents and trying to come to some type of agreement, or you know what I'm saying, meeting in the middle, trying to end this confrontation. But no, instead, I'm gonna put some in the drink that he drinks. You know what I'm saying? That the bully drinks. That's crazy. This still at the end of the day is a little child that you're doing this to. She just went about it the wrong way. Freaking crazy. Let's go.
Jennifer told the police that, as she is a nurse, she knew how to mix a drink that would be both revolting in taste but not actually harmful in any way. All in all, she said she just wanted to teach the bully a lesson. While the child wasn't actually harmed, Jennifer was charged with injury to a child causing bodily injury.
Yeah, like she's saying she want to teach him a lesson, and you know what I'm saying, she ain't really caused harm to him, but at the end of the day, you went about it the wrong way, man. You don't do that. Come on now, we gotta do better. Let's go, y'all.
This one is, suburban mom ran complex crime ring that stole nearly $8 million in makeup. So a 53-year-old soccer mom living out in San Diego, Michelle Mack, came up with a massive, elaborate scheme in order to steal and sell makeup at a marked-down price online. She hired at least 12 other women from across the country to make this crime ring happen, stockpiling stolen makeup and cosmetics in order to sell on her Amazon shop. She called this crime ring the California Girls and ran it out of her $2.7 million, 4,500 square foot mansion in an affluent area of San Diego, keeping most of the goods in her own garage. The crime ring had operations all over the United States, in places like Texas, Massachusetts, Ohio, and yes, even Florida. Eventually, police got word of what she was doing and raided her home. Given that she had legitimate designer products that she was somehow able to sell for much less than their worth, suspicion was bound to fall on her sooner or later. They found over 10,000 items worth well over $387,000 in her estate alone. She had a whole little warehouse going, with everything from beauty products to designer sunglasses to designer bags. They found a bunch of packages labeled and ready to go to customers all over the country. It seemed that all of her products were originally stolen. Her crime ring is only one of many taking place in the United States at this moment. With certain states basically refusing to prosecute retail theft, people are getting more and more bold about blatantly entering into shops and taking whatever they want with no consequences. These goods then end up with people like Michelle, bought for a fraction of the price to be sold for a slightly higher price elsewhere. In the past few years, annually, retailers have been losing billions of dollars due to this blatant theft. Michelle Mack was found to have been responsible for at least $8 million of theft from all sorts of stores like Ulta, TJ Maxx, and Walgreens. She was hit with 140 felony charges, as well as her husband, who is complicit in one way or another. 7 other members of the crime ring were also caught and hit with their own charges as well. These charges were for the crimes of conspiracy to commit organized retail theft, grand theft, and receipt of stolen property. All of those involved have pled not guilty, but the investigators have found plenty of incriminating text messages between Michelle and the other criminals where they blatantly talk about their business in clear terms.
And that's this one of them cases where you gonna plead not guilty. It's like some of these people be pleading not guilty knowing damn well that the police got a lot of evidence on you. You know what I'm saying? But they still choose to plead not guilty. But the main thing about this, y'all, that just standing out to me is we talking about millions of dollars. 8 million freaking dollars this lady than freaking stole, man. That is a lot of damn money, y'all. That's what's so big about some of this ish that be going on, man. With as far as these like crime rings and stuff, these people doing this stuff where they stealing the freaking merchandise. Crazy.
Some of the texts were as bold as some of the underlings saying, "I'm not stealing regular, I'm going to start filling up my bag quick, so I want to know stuff I can grab in bulks too." Michelle herself also openly talked about the shady dealings as well, saying, "Did you get some new girls? I really need products, so if you have anything, please let me know." Talking about the Smurfs they would hire to steal these goods. Amazon, not wanting to get any heat, shut down Michelle's shops and cooperated with the police investigation closely afterwards. They released a statement where they spoke of their satisfaction with the arrest, saying, "This sends a strong message that the sale of stolen goods has severe consequences." And now
It's so crazy and sad, but true. Even if y'all put out a statement, Amazon put out a statement about exposing her, it's still gonna continue to happen. That's just the way of humans, man. That's just human nature, man. Humans gonna always be stealers, killers, and everything else under the sun, man. We will never truly stop it, but we can try our best to stop it. So shout out to them for putting that statement out. But it gonna be some more people who be stealing millions and billions or whatever, quadrillions of freaking dollars. Let's go.
now we've got Florida woman allegedly poisons boyfriend's tea with bleach tablet.
Oh,
Florida man is a big meme out there, as I'm sure all of you know. We like to take risks on this channel though, so lately we've been on a real Florida woman kick. We haven't been disappointed yet, and I've got your fix again right here. A 49-year-old woman in Florida named Yvette Diaz was living with her boyfriend out in the Sunshine State and had been doing so for several years. Her boyfriend was making a meal for himself along with a cup of tea one day when he had to step outside and answer a work-related call. When he came back inside, he offered Yvette a bite of his tortilla, which she complained was very spicy. He offered to give her a drink of his tea to help out, but she oddly, adamantly refused to drink any of his tea, opting to get her own drink instead. While this was a bit odd, it wasn't alarmingly odd. So this boyfriend got on with his day and took a swig of his drink. This was when he began to feel a strong, bitter, burning sensation inside his throat. He investigated the drink, which seemed to reek of bleach. He went over to the sink and poured out the remainder of the drink, finding the remains of one of his bleach tablets that he used to purify 5-gallon containers of water. He turned to Yvette and screamed, "There's bleach in this drink. Did you put bleach in my drink?" She did. Police were called. Yvette was arrested later and taken into the county jail. Her landlord reacted to her arrest in disbelief, saying, "I don't know what happened with them because they look like a beautiful, very happy couple." When the police was here, he went to the hospital. She was in the police car for about 3 to 4 hours. They were waiting for the detective to come to the property. Yvette was hit with charges of poisoning food or water. She told the police that she thought the white substance was merely a sugar tablet, but investigators pointed out this was ridiculous as the bleach was stored in a much different place far off from their food products.
Yeah, that's just a terrible freaking lie. You thought that was a sugar cube? Really? Come on, man. That was just terrible. After you tell a lie like that, now I can't believe nothing else you say. You know what I'm saying? Now everything you say, I'm gonna be looking at with one eye closed and one eye open like this. Come on, man.
The victim was sent to a local hospital but luckily has remained alive. Nobody knows why Yvette did what she did, as the couple didn't really seem to have any problems. Here is a little bonus we have. Florida woman sues Kraft mac and cheese over preparation time. Here we have another one of those beautiful cases that isn't necessarily a crime but is a lawsuit, so I'm going to include it because I just couldn't pass it up. So as it turns out, the Kraft company has these little microwavable cups of macaroni that I'm sure you've all seen at one point. On the packaging, it says that the cups are, quote, ready in 3.5 minutes. However, this is something that one woman in Florida, Amanda Ramirez, feels is blatantly false. Amanda decided to sue the Kraft company for false advertising, saying that the time of 3.5 minutes listed on the package is inaccurate because it doesn't include the time it takes to open the lid and the cheese, add the water, and stir. This is something she felt would realistically maybe add a whole minute to the prep time. Feeling slighted, she decided to sue the company for $5 million. The Kraft Heinz Food Company immediately came out to label the lawsuit as frivolous, saying, "We are aware of this frivolous lawsuit and will strongly defend against the allegations in the complaint," a company spokesperson told the BBC. Amanda's lawyers in court claimed that she had suffered because she would not have paid for the macaroni had she known the truth about how long it would really take to prepare. The law
Hold on, time out, man. This one right here hurt my head, Bean Team. This is so freaking crazy, man. What are we listening to? Am I understanding this correctly, man? This lady is suing this lady. I can't even say it, man. This lady is suing Kraft because the box says that it will be the damn macaroni and cheese will be done at this time, but that's false. No, it actually takes a minute later than that. Oh, why are we even making sense at this point? What is going on, man? Are you serious? And she's serious about it. Yes, we are serious because she really is freaking suing them over this. Well, goddamn, let's go.
The lawsuit demanded that the company, quote, cease its deceptive advertising and be made to engage in a corrective advertising campaign. Much to her dismay, Amanda lost the lawsuit. She didn't get her $5 million, and she will never recover the 1 minute she lost opening a lid and pouring some water.
No surprise there.
Once again, thank you for watching my video. If you found it interesting, please give it a like as it really helps me out in the algorithm, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want, go ahead and
no surprise there that you lost that lawsuit for $5 million just because your damn macaroni ain't get done 1 minute earlier than it should have. What the freak, Bean Team? Like, seriously, man, what the hell is this lady got going on, man? That is freaking crazy, y'all. Like, that's one of them ones where I'm like, yeah, Mr. Mike, man, she an idiot, bro. Like, she just fucking stupid. And she one of the ones where it's like, dude, you just trying to get money just to try to get money. You ain't even making no sense of why you trying to get no money. You ain't even trying to make sense of the evidence that you're trying to get money. Like, what? I don't know, man. That one, listening to that one, making me feel stupid. You know what I'm saying, man? That was freaking crazy, y'all. But great freaking video from our boy Kyle from Dial Trip as always. I appreciate y'all coming on back as always, Bean Team. As y'all know, I will be here every Saturday as always to do a live reaction, man. I appreciate, like I said, Mr. Mike for being here, Scarface for being here, Lazy Prepper for being here, my girl Julie for being here, man. I will be back next Saturday. Y'all make sure that y'all come on back tomorrow for another Mr. Ballin reaction video. Going back to Mr. Ballin. And also make sure that y'all come on back Monday because will be releasing the short, y'all. Like I talked about on last week live stream, man. I'm back to doing my shorts, and they will be coming out every Monday. And y'all just make sure y'all be here to hit that freaking like button and push us out into the algorithm. But until then, my friends, I just also need y'all to remember this. Love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.